I really want this one, but they don't have it singularly. I want this so bad. But it's not something I'm in love with right now. Totally can read the added chapter on TikTok, by the way. Noticing a lot of them have the buy one get one stickers, by the way. I'm gonna look on my Goodreads real quick and see what's on my TBR, just make sure I'm missing anything. I do want to start Saturday aspects soon too. There's just so many. I'll have to say some next time, but I really want to read this. Got all the goods. I just got home from doing all of our errands, so now I'm gonna go through a book haul with you guys and also my TBR for this month, which is like the same thing. When I'm talking about each book, if there's like a trigger warning, I will have it up on the screen so you know what you're getting into before you go and buy said book. And obviously at the end of the month, I will do a recap of all the books I did read, how I felt about them, and if I found other things I think that should be brought to your attention, and everything like that. For my first read this month, I want to just get Malibu Rising done. It's one of those like just get it done reads. I've had this since April of last year. It's about 4 siblings who are in the eye of the public, and they live in Malibu, of course. You get all their perspectives during the story, and you find out like their secrets and what they're keeping from each other, because the whole thing is like they're a tight-knit, really like everyone wants to be them type of family, but obviously they have secrets. So they're having their like annual party that they have to like remind everybody basically that they're like the coolest family in Malibu. And that is when everything comes to a head, pot boils over, everyone finds out everyone's secret. Right now I've only read like 20 pages. Well, I think I've read about 40 pages now, and I put it down. But I was getting like it building up to that night, and then the aftermath is pretty much what the rest of the book is. I've heard so many good things about it. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid as an author. A lot of people have like mixed reviews on her, but I like that her chapters are short, keeps me eating them up, and I like just her writing style too. I like that all of her books are in the same universe, and there's people in the book, even in the first like 40 pages, there's people in this book that are just like bystanders that are from other books of hers, and I like that. Just feels like I'm in the tea, I'm in the know about something. I wasn't really like feeling it too much, but I'm a mood reader, so has a lot to do with it. I need to read Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Beatty. I want to get into like all of her books, but I've heard so many things about this one in particular. Things have been wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Wright, spelled with a W, but haha. The husband has like face blindness, so he like literally cannot see his wife, and she's tired of feeling unseen, because like wouldn't we all? They go on a trip to Scotland, and it's supposedly, you know, what they think they need to, you know, reconnect, make everything better. This weekend may make or break their marriage, but they didn't randomly win this trip. One of them is lying, and someone doesn't want them to live a happily ever after. I really love like psychological thriller mystery type of books, and I'm trying to get more into them because I have a whole lot of romance books. So I figured this would be a good place to start. Doesn't the cover just look so good too? I'll like have it on the screen in the right facing way for you guys, so don't you worry. I have Goodreads. If you guys don't have Goodreads, it literally saved my life when it comes to like remembering books I want to read. I have like the longest TBR in there. If you want to follow me on there, I'll have it like down in my description box. But yeah, love that thing. Highly recommend if you aren't using it. It actually surprised me how many people don't use Goodreads. Another book I've been dying to read is Archer's Voice by Mia Shearden. I've heard so many good things about her writing and her books, and this is the one you gotta start with. Archer is the same thing. If you can't pick up what I'm putting down, I like tropes where the last thing the man wants to do is get in a relationship. I like where this is going already. The female in this book is going through like survivor's guilt of some kind of accident that happened, and that is kind of how she ends up in Archer's world, and he reminds her what it's like to live again and just heal, and then obviously fall in love. A little snippet from the back, it says, but this town is mired in secrets and betrayals, and Archer is the explosive center of it all. It says that Archer lives in his strange, silent, and isolated world. I live at the bottom, it says, but it's in Archer's silence that we might just find what we need to heal and to live. So it sounds like it's gonna be really cute, and I've heard so many people say it's like their 5-star read, so I'm really looking forward to this. Another big hitter that I am very excited for, that I've heard so many people be like, This is my favorite book of all time. This is my 5-star. I read it over and over and over again every year. Is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I have heard so many good things about Christina Lauren books. And I honestly wanted to start with The Honeymooners, but I got kind of scared. People had too many mixed reviews. Obviously, reading is just accustomed to every person. No one's gonna like love the same things as the next person. But Love in Other Words is something that I have just been seeing all over Book Talk all of last year. Everyone loves it, so I had to get my hands on it. The main trope of the book seems to be second chance romance. And it's about Elliot and Macy. I like the name Elliot, second baby name. Mia is a hardworking pediatrics resident, period. And she's actually planning to marry someone that she is now with in her adult life. But she runs into Elliot, who was the first love of her life in her younger years. Elliot has not gotten over Macy. And he vividly remembers what he felt when they were younger, and he still feels it now. It says, told in alternating timelines between then and now, teenage Elliot and Macy grow up from friends to much more. Spending weekends and lazy summers together in a house outside San Francisco, devouring books, sharing favorite words, and talking through their growing pains. As adults, they have become strangers to one another until their chance reunion. I am very excited. Elliot will come to understand the truth behind Macy's decade-long silence and will have to overcome the past and himself to revive her faith in the possibility of all-consuming love. But I do love alternating timelines. Nothing will make me eat up a book more than getting the tea from before and then getting the tea now. Then I have Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I am obsessed with this. Everything about this cover just says I need to read it. It's a little bit bigger than my other books I have set up, but I've heard it's so worth it. There's a set of 3 books now, so I thought better late than never. This book is about Knox and Naomi. Naomi is currently running away from her wedding, and she is heading back to their town of Knock 'em Out, which the whole series is called Knock 'em Out series. And she's going back home to aid her sister Tina in some type of drama she has going on. But Tina kind of leaves her high and dry when she gets her back to town and leaves her with her daughter. So Naomi's got this whole thing to deal with, and Knox is not into drama at all. He's very cute to himself. Again, the whole like grumpy, quiet guy thing we got going on. But apparently all this drama with Naomi happens right in front of Knox, so he feels like he can just help her out, help her get out of this tough spot and then walk away, but that's just not what ends up happening. So I'm very, very excited to see how this plays out. And again, if I love this book, already got the second 2 to work out. Next we have Addicted to You. This is another series. I wanted to start at least 3 series because that just means I have a set in stone next book to read. So the Addicted to You series is like the Calloway Sister series, I also have heard it called. I think there's a set of like 2 different books that you can go down, like 2 different routes, sorry, but they all tie together. I believe these other novels are about their friends that you read throughout these main books, so it all just ties together. I really like that. I think there's a total of 9 books, not really sure. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself on the screen. This one's about Lily Calloway and Lauren Hale. The Addicted series is just like how it sounds. It's about 2 people working through their addiction. Lauren seems to be addicted to alcohol, and Lily comes second to that. And for 3 years, they pretended to be in a real relationship, hiding their addictions from their family. It says they've mastered the art of concealing flasks and random guys who filter in and out of their apartment, because Lily's addiction seems to be partying, one-night stands, and just not really getting her butt in gear. As they sink beneath the weight of their addictions, they cling harder to their destructive relationship and wonder if a life together for real is better than a lie. With new challenges, they realize they may not be addicted to just alcohol and sex. Their real vice may be each other. So I'm really excited to get into this. This is another mood read of mine that I just know I'm gonna eat up because I'm just so interested in what goes on in this story. My book that I currently just cracked open because I could not wait to do this video. I just started reading that while I was doing things around the house. It's a Twisted Love series. There are 4 books. There are 4 books in total, I believe. So I'm reading the first one, another series I wanted to pick up. That is about Alex and Ava, another keep to yourself, grumpy type of guy. We love that. Alex is apparently the like pillar of what every girl wants, but he is just not emotionally available to do so for you. Ava is his best friend's little sister, who is like the complete opposite of him. Very outgoing, very happy, very optimistic about the world, and Alex and her can't stand each other. But I'm starting to wonder if it's a really can't stand each other, or really if it's like he makes her uncomfortable because he's so like beautiful, and she is just his best friend's little sister type of thing. So it's just kind of better if they don't get along. Alex is enlisted to watch out for Ava through her older brother. They're very close, and so that is how Alex and Ava have been in proximity all these years. So now they're being forced together and having to interact. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out with how their dynamic is currently, but now the brother's on the situation, where that'll go. I've heard that it's a very spicy book. I don't feel either kind of way about spice, but if you don't like that, then it's probably not for you. That is all the books that I have on my TBR for this month. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I need to go take care of my baby now. He's been sitting here watching me talk about all these books, and I need to dive into them. It is already March 7th I did this video, so, you know, only a week late, but better late than never, I guess. And plus, I don't know, I was kind of like not going to do book content, but I just love it so much that here we are. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any book recommendations, leave them down in the comments. Like I said, follow me on my Goodreads. You can follow along with me reading my books and see what I've rated them and what I say in like the review section of each book if you want like a sneak peek before we do my end of the month, before we do my end of the month recap. You can find everything there. But I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe if you want more lifestyle, mom content, and now my hobby of book reading.